Hello, how are you today? I am teacher Celsi. I hope that you are happy and well at home. We're going to start with today's video class. Ready? Excellent. Let's start counting, but this time we're going to count backwards. We're going to count from 10 to 1, from 10 to 6 in Spanish, from 5 to 1 in English. Okay? Okay, let's do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. English only.
How do you feel today? Happy? Sad? Excited? Angry? Bored? How do you feel today? I feel happy. And you? Ask a person near you. How do you feel today?
In today's class, we're going to study subject-verb agreements that are on page 74 and 75. After that, we are going to study the action verbs, and these ones are on page 76 and 77. Okay? Also, we're going to answer page 78. For this class, you are going to need your book, your pencil, and a notebook or a paper or something to write on. Let's start practicing the 3 keywords. Repeat after me. Blocks, borrow, nearby. One more time. Blocks, borrow, nearby. Again, it's your turn. I point and you say it. Blocks, borrow, nearby. Excellent. How do you say blocks in Spanish? Don't speak Spanish. How do you say borrow in Spanish? Don't speak Spanish. How do you say nearby in Spanish? Okay, don't say it. Don't speak in Spanish. Remember to speak only English.
Subject and verbs. Subjects can be people, animals, places, or objects. Also, for the subjects, we can use the personal pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. You already know them. The verbs refer to an action. For example, jump, dance, eat, sleep, etc. All sentences have a subject and at least one verb or many verbs. The subject is the person who does the action. Usually, the subject is at the beginning of a sentence. For example, in this sentence, I like tacos. What is the subject? The subject is I because it's at the beginning of a sentence. What is the verb? What's the action? The action is like. In the sentence, you borrow my pencil. What is the subject? The person. It's you. And what's the action? The action is borrow. which, by the way, is one of the keywords that we studied. In the sentence, I eat your tacos, what's the subject? The person. The person is I. What's the action or the verb? The verb is eat. On the sentence, the cats eat a hamburger or a burger. What's the subject? Correct. The subject is the cats. And the action? Eat. Now we have this sentence. The cat borrows my pencil. Okay, what's the subject? The subject is the cat. What's the action? The action is borrows. Now check what happens here. On the subject, we have only one person. We have one cat. So on the verb, I am going to add the super S. Do you remember the super S? Let's try with more examples. She lives in a shoe. I don't know, that's the example that I came up with, okay? So, what is the subject? The subject is she. Is only one person. What is the verb? The action. The action is lives, and since it's only one person, we have the super S. Next sentence. Carla and Maria eat my pencil. What's the subject? The subject is Carla and Maria. Remember that the subject can be one, two, or more. The action or the verb is eat, correct. That's the action. We have two subjects. Do you see the super S on the verb? Exactly, there is no super S. Last example. The school opens at 7. What's the subject? You are correct. The subject is the school. Remember that it can be a place or an object. What's the verb? Okay, you are correct. The verb is opens. We have only one subject, so you can see the super S over there. In conclusion, we can say that if our sentence has only one subject or the persons he, she, it, we will use the super S on the verb. If our sentence has two or more subjects or the persons I, you, we, or they, it's not necessary to use the super S on the verb. Let's go to page 74 on activity number 1. Let's read the instructions. Read, listen, and underline the subjects with red and the verbs with blue. Now, I will play the audio and I am going to help you to underline the subjects with red. Ready?
Phoenixville.
Sonia likes living in Phoenixville because she loves the old historic buildings, like the Colonial Theater that she helped save. I like living in my community for a different reason. I live in a community where we can walk everywhere. My family lives in an apartment building on Park Street between 3rd and 4th Avenues. From there, I can ride my bicycle to school and to the beautiful park on 4th Avenue. When we shop for food, we don't drive to the store. We walk to the supermarket 2 blocks away, across from Town Hall. There are also movie theaters and all kinds of stores in the shopping mall where the supermarket is located. The post office is on First Street, across from the shopping mall. I go there with my father to mail packages to my grandparents in Honduras. The public library on Main Street is also nearby. I go there to borrow books or to use the computer. If I can't find something, the librarian helps me. I also feel safe in my neighborhood because the fire and police stations are nearby.
Now you have to underline with blue all the verbs. For example, at the beginning of the text says, Sonia, which is the subject, likes living in Phoenixville. What is the verb? The verb is likes. Continue underlining all the verbs. I only underlined 2. You have to finish the activity at home. Let's go to page number 74, activity number 2. Let's read the instructions. Choose the correct word from the box to complete each sentence. You have these words and you have to use them to complete the sentence. One tip. I am going to give you a tip or a recommendation. Check if the verb has the super S. If the verb has the super S, you know that you are going to use only one subject or the persons he, she, or it. If it doesn't have the super S, you use 2 or more subjects and the persons I, you, we. Let's complete one example. Number 1. My uncle in an apartment building. My uncle, it's only one subject. What is the possible answer? The correct answer is lives. Remember that it has the super S. I will give you some time to finish this activity. Please pause the video and complete the activity. Did you finish? Let's check the answers. These are the answers to the exercise. I hope that you are honest and answer first by yourself. Please check your answers and correct if necessary. Now, I am sorry, but I have to give you homework. For homework, you will answer page 75, activities number 3 and 4. It's very easy, and if you have any question, you can go back to this video and check the information. Also, you can send me a message anytime, and I will try to answer as soon as possible. Let's practice other 3 words that are on page 76. Repeat after me. Action verb, condition, state of being verb. One more time. Action verb, condition, state of being verb. Okay, I point, you say the words. State of being verb. Condition, action verb. One more time. Okay, very good. Let's continue. Types of verbs. There are two types of verbs. The first type of verbs are the action verbs. As the name says it, these ones are actions, things that we do. For example, write, borrow, eat, sleep, all the actions you can think of. The next type of verbs are the state of being verbs. These verbs are not actions. They are words that describe the condition of the subject. Basically, it's the verb to be in all of its forms. Do you remember the three forms of the verb to be in present? It's am, is, or are. Let's continue to page 76 on activity number 1. Ready? Let's read the instructions. Look at the sentences below. Circle the verb in each sentence. Then write whether the verb describes an action or a state of being. Let's look at the example. I am a good student. What is the verb? Am. So if you remember, I explained that am is the verb to be, so is a state of being. I will answer the second one with you. Marco plays baseball for his team. What is the verb? The verb is plays. Is play an action or the verb to be? Plays is an action. Let's answer the number 3. My English book is new. What's the verb? The verb is. What do you think? Is this an action or the verb to be? Is the verb to be, so that means that it's a state of being. Now, I will give you 1 minute to complete number 4, 5, and 6. Ready? Go! Time is up. Did you finish? Let's check the answers. In the number 4, the verb is visited, which is an action. On the number 5, the verb is teaches, which is also an action. On the number 6, the verb is are, which is the verb to be, so that means is a state of being. If it's necessary, correct the answers. On the next activity, you have to write the verbs from activity number 1 in the correct category in the chart below. You have to write in this column the action verbs and in this column the state of being verbs. Complete at home. To finish our activities, you are going to answer at home page 77 Activity number 3 and activity number 4 only. Read the instructions carefully. Don't forget to read the instructions. And that's it.
Well, that's it for today. We have finished our video class. I hope that you understood all the topics. I hope that you had fun a little bit. I always have fun when I work with you, so I hope that you do too. And I will see you the next video class. See you later, alligator.